So what's happened there is obviously like that seemed to have worked ish, but the problem is that it gets eaten straight away. So while that sounds like that's a problem, it's actually part of the solution.
Do we have to fill the eel until he's full?
I thought so too. Well, I actually initially thought it was to basically I thought it was to basically like give it a life orb and or life crystal rather, and essentially it'll overpower the eel. But we do actually have to give the turtle a helping hand here.
So
So
we get like a tusk from your other. Am I right? No.
what's that?
The extra jawbone?
You give it like the tusk, or you give it a machine gun, a knife.
Ooh, give it extra bones. That's a very good idea, but it's actually not the right one. That would have been a great idea actually to kind of give it like an actual like something
Weapon.
part of its a new part of its anatomy to use. But no, it's actually not that at all. But fuck, that's a great idea. And for whenever they do a sequel to this game, they should do that. Um, but no, you'll see what the solution is later on. And if you wanted a clue, it's in the museum.
We need a Pokeball.
You need something that is Pokeball shaped.
You need the bomb.
You need a bomb. So
Ah.
what? So once you find the bomb, you'll be able to basically put it there and put it in like have it put in part of the alien skeleton, and then bring it back to life, and boom goes the Elopleurodon.
So, are we going back to look for Brink again?
Well, we're gonna try and find them anyway.
She seems completely uninterested now. Like, oh yeah, he's allowed to get grand.
I wish I knew how to.
I think it's more of a case she's just very preoccupied with what she's trying to do. Because remember, like her, as it were, her secret tech for being on this mission is being a linguist and trying to figure out the communication part of it. Like she wasn't. It's evident now that she wasn't brought on the mission to basically write for the New York Times. She was here. This is her reason for being here, So, getting in the character's head there, she's basically just realized that, or like a couple of hours removed from the fact that like the NASA and the powers that be knew pretty much from the start that there was something a bit fishy about this asteroid coming to hit Earth. So she's a bit standoffish with particularly Boston, who did have prior knowledge of this, or at the very least knew about the secret order. So you can understand why she's a little bit annoyed.
I get it.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, oh look, it's a canister on the ground. How convenient. That's me replenishing my crystals from earlier.
Turtle stock.
You might as well when you're here.
A canister. Didn't I see a picture of something like this in one of the museum displays?
And that's Boston telling you that is indeed the bomb.
Oh.
So now that we have the bomb and we have the skeleton back to working order, time to blow up some eels.
Eels up inside, yeah. Find an entrance where they can.
And I think this is basically an aid to try and get the water to be safe. So if needs be, they could drink the water or potentially swim.
Okay, so
How do I know that there's no more eels? So they're pleurodons.
What's that?
How do they know that there's no more elopleurodons?
Well, that is a risk that Boston's going to have to take, unfortunately. But at least this one certainly seems to be close to the bay, like waiting for anything to come up the shore. So I suppose natural order suggests that if a turtle killed the Elopleurodon, then it will stay away.
yeah.
Ooh! Splish splash!
Boom indeed. So now the fossil puzzle has been solved, and Boston can now.
His name is Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, great! The underwater level.
Yes. So when he was going through the tram initially, if you are paying close attention, you will notice that there's a cave right beside the tram line. So now there's no actual like visual cue for that, whatever. The game is just expecting you to cop it, and if you do, happy days. If not, you might be a bit confused why you're doing this. But hey, blow up the eel and go from there.
It's expecting you to pick up a bomb to put into the turtle to necromance back to life so that it can be eaten and blown up so that you can swim through an underwater cave. Yeah.
That was not previously marked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love these old school video game rules.
Yeah. And to be fair to the game as well, like it is like I wouldn't say it makes the cave obvious. It really doesn't. But it is a reward for you, like, you know, for your observation skills, which is what you'll be very heavily reliant on, especially this time of the point and click games. Like, this is a game that kind of rewards its own subtlety, if you like. And even then, like you don't really necessarily need to know about the cave to begin with. You could just go on the pretense that you're here to blow up the Pleurodon so you can drink the water. You know. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be about. You don't have to have prior knowledge of the cave to do that puzzle because all the ingredients are already there to do it.
James just salty because his colorblindness didn't let him see the cave.
Yeah. So now going back to the I suppose the terminus of the train station, if you like, or the central hub, the depot, whichever way you want to describe it. Because we have another engraved rod, and we have another piece of stone to put into the slot.
Right. So what doors have we not opened up yet at all?
So we seem to have a yellow door that's eluded us so far, and the rod that we have now is orange, or possibly orange/amber, depending on your point of view. Now what's interesting there now that door there doesn't seem to have an engraving, so who knows where how we're going to open that door.
That's finding all the pieces, maybe.
Yep, maybe that could be the password instead. Okay, so now this looks to be the password for what we think is the orange door. So I always double check which of those two shapes is actually the one they want.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, especially if it's a third or fourth down the line, it's very hard to pick out the first time around. And in fairness, I think you might also kind of make the point that it is quite hard to pick out what color the doors are. But even then, it's not that bad an issue because you could just trial and error them all until you get it right. So it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion that you can't get it right.
Yeah.
So now we have another tram station open to us now. So we've already established that we can't get the other one to work yet. So that's something to keep another pin to stick on the map here.
Do you know where the control panel got broken? Is that possibly where the power issue is coming from?
It could be, absolutely. That's what we have to look at here to see if it is the case, you know. Fucking meow.
You're going to do that.
Okay, so we've got another button there.
Yeah. So that's so the tram call button is actually designed into the wall this time, which is pretty neat.
Okay.
Oh, hey, look at this.
Ooh. It's not like King's Quest, is it?
No, thankfully they keep you on the path here. But this is the kind of the example of the of how they compress and expand the character models. Because I think it is still the same character model, but they use a perspective then to change up the size of it.
Oh.
Oh. So that was Boston trying to jump over the crevice. And unlike the Springfield Gorge, there is a nice soft landing at the end.
That should be enough to prevent.
What great timing.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually think that's a great joke. Because like I know,
Flop.
considering like there's only 3 of them on the island, so he's guaranteed to get a medal.
I can't reach it.
Oh.
Boing.
Yeah.
Oh, timing.
It was a timing puzzle. You literally had to ride the crest of the
First time
wave.
I ever did the wave all by myself.
Just like in the surfing in the Olympics.
Yes.
Oh,
And
push it.
and what you can do is then
Bridge the gap.
exactly. So you won't have to do that timing again. Although in fairness, that like if that was me, I just wouldn't drop that boulder. I just want to do that over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like whee!
Whee!
And as you can see here,
Another light bridge.
yes. So like I said, like it is quite crucial to the plot that you activate all the light bridges. It basically serves as one of the kind of the game flags for the end game. So if you don't have all of them switched on, the final few like paces of the game don't kick into gear. And ironic enough, actually, it was actually that first light bridge that was the one that had the bug on it. So if that didn't activate for you the first time, you're fucked. You might as well just start the game again.
The whole game.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it basically has to activate the first time. Like I think it's to do with the dialogue triggers. Like if you don't, I can't remember now because I think the first time I just kind of bluffed my way through, or I was meant to bluff my way through, I should say, but I didn't trigger the dialogue option to go, okay, what is this thing? And then the game explains to me what the light bridge actually is meant to be. But yeah.
The way things have been going, I can pretty much bet that whatever that little beast just stole, I'm gonna want it really badly in a minute or two.
Boston Lowe realizes he's in a video game.
The last time I was small enough to get into a cave that size, I was 4 years old.
It is kind of hard to see there, but what he's looking at is basically there's a little crack in the wall there on the left hand side.
Ah, right, okay.
That will come. I'm pointing this out now, so you're not getting confused in a few minutes' time.
I would thought he was looking at the wheel, and I was just like, what?
A place
That's
for everything?
yeah. That's because I clicked. I think I clicked the cave first before the wheel.
Right,
So
okay.
that's why.
Scavengers have picked these ribs clean, but the animal can't have been dead very long because the rib cage is still holding together.
So
Good to
we're
know.
getting together a series of bones to put together some new creature.
There's
And
something
we'll bring it back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a bit of a chimera going, don't we?
Or we're going to find out that like these things expire after 5 minutes. And that's what happened to Brinks.
Yeah, they're just very biodegradable bones.
It's missing a part.
Okay, so
Shut tight.
what's happened here? I hear you asking. So the creature, that kind of possum-looking thing, has basically broken the door, the button to
Yeah.
the door, and in order to open wherever that is, we have to get it back off the creature, in some shape or form.
Right.
Now, what's evident here is that the creature doesn't actually have it on its person. So what it's obviously done is it's basically a magpie. It's taken the shiny thing somewhere, and we have to try and find it.
Okay, so follow.
So the puzzle here is basically twofold. One is to capture the possum, and two is to find a way to locate its stash. So we can meditate upon that puzzle for a moment. And we'll see what older things are around here.
Another rod.
Yeah, but it's a different one. It's just a blue rod.
It's a glowing blue rod.
Hmm.
I know if I
Mhm.
see something that's glowing, it goes right into my pocket.
Yeah.
There's a glow coming from inside.
It's like
the
every
case.
every
I
point
think
and click
this is
protagonist
what
has like a pocket universe. Like they're able to just
Yeah,
like
all
carry
right.
anything they can
I'm
with
gonna
them.
stick my hand in some
Sorry, do you
crevice
not see his cargo
on the
pants?
planet.
He does, in
Stick that
fairness.
rod in the crevice.
Not a euphemism.
Consent is very yeah. Make sure to consent with the wall first before you stick your rod in it. It's consent is very important, lads. But yeah, remember, I do enjoy when point and click games are very self aware about like, okay, we need this massive item to come with us, but this character doesn't have the means to carry it. That's why like most of them are designed to have like an overcoat or, as in Boston's case, cargo pants.
Yeah.
Whereas, I think it's the second Broken Sword game where like you're basically in your like vacation gear and they bring this fucking massive camera with you that has a tripod. So he has to basically fold the camera, and the animation has him folding the camera and kind of basically stuffing it under his top, which is hilarious.
A thin metal rod.
We got a
So
red rod, we got a blue rod.
yes. Now one of them is glowing and the other is just a rod. So again, this is all part of the puzzle to catch this fucking possum.
A short metal dowel.
What's a dowel?
It's like it's a socket essentially. Like I think the Americans call it dowels, but it's like you
It's a
know those kind of like
placeholder.
placeholder, yeah,
It won't do much good to put the cover on when a part
Okay.
is missing.
Like,
yeah. You put it in cabinets and stuff like that. It's you see it more in woodwork than anything else.
accessibility placeholder thing.
Yeah,
You know, when we were making the
I thought we had a
IKEA
different
thing,
name for it.
little wooden.
Oh, boy, that's
Yeah, like pegs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
It won't do anything. I can't use these two things together.
So we have all these different little components. So can you hazard a guess what we're trying to do here?
Not really.
Okay. So with
Are
all
we
these
trying to
components,
make a trap for the possum?
that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
I think we
So
also
we're
need to find where its base is.
yes. So yeah, the first job is to trap it. So again, that comes in two different like shapes as well, which is the frustrating thing. Because one part is obviously to actually arrange the trap in the correct way. And again, because there's small, very
Small
subtle
round
little
hole.
bits and pieces to this apparatus, you might miss something, which is why like I missed the rod the
That's a
first time
nice
around
fit.
and the dowel. Um, so
I can't use these two things together. I can't use these two things together.
so yeah, so the next part then is to actually set
The
up the
hub won't
cage.
support the cage in that position.
So again, it's
Rib
using the
cage?
It won't accomplish anything.
yeah. So the ribs will be used as the actual the trapping cage. That is what the plan is. Um,
The last time I was small enough to get into a cave that size, I was 4 years old.